I'm Stephen McCall.
Hi, I'm Chris Kaiser, and we are noise engineering.
One of the big things we obviously spend a lot of time doing is just trying to make new and cool sounds that are fun to interact with. Like, fun is more important than any sort of technical constraint.
Our mission statement, if we had one, would be as much as we can pack into as small a footprint as possible. Sometimes friends of ours come to us and say, I really want this. That was the case with the Manis Iteritas. A couple of our friends, Matt Lang and Anthony Baldino, came to us and said, I really like the Basilimos, but I really want it to be a bit more badass.
Like what the Basilimos and the Manis both use is just like a really straightforward multi-oscillator additive, which is astoundingly powerful once you start doing more than just adding the waveforms together. There's a knob called Profundity, which is probably the most pretentious knob name in Eurorack. I'd like to claim that title at least. It's using the different operators just to produce a chorused effect. There's a replacement for the wavefolder called Smash Sawmod. It's very similar to like a sync modulation effect that's actually synthesized as part of the waveform. There's a low-pass filter added, and then a way to route the envelope to three of the parameters. And then there's the envelope control. We actually rolled, instead of having separate attack decay, we actually rolled all the envelopes control into one knob. And if you turn it up all the way, it actually will turn into a free-running oscillator.
Integra Solum is a dual clock divider. You can clock the two sides together, or you can just clock one side and then they normal to both sides. There's also input for reset, or there's a manual reset button, and then there's inputs for CV for both sides as well. There's an offset knob, so you can sort of cycle through which of the 8 jacks, output jacks, will be the leading in the cycle. And then there's 3 modes, and the 2 sides are separate for the modes. So there's a divide by 2 to the n, just a cycle through n, and then divide by odds. So those give you some really unique and interesting patterns. It's a really great CV source, even though it's triggers. People tend to often not think of CVs, using triggers as CVs, but that's my favorite trick with this. There's also 3 hidden modes. We call it whack mode, where if you press the encoder and then hit reset, you go into whack mode. Each different mode functions a little bit differently. So basically you get 6 modes, 16 outputs, 8 HP. So it's a pretty nifty module. So Stephen is in charge of the naming. Yeah,
it's just jargon, technical nonsense. It's evolved. At first it wasn't like all Latinish kind of stuff, but now it's Latin. Most of the words have Latin roots.
He came up with the name Manis, which means ghosts of the dead. It's also the scientific name in the genus for the pangolin, which is an Asian mammal that is critically endangered. So when he came up with that name, I was like, oh, excellent. My background is in biology. I spent many years as a conservation biologist. So I saw a pretty direct connection and an opportunity for us to do something good. So we're partnering with SavePangolins.org, a conservation organization. A percentage of the profit from all the sales of Manis Iteritas will go to SavePangolins.org, their first business partner. So we're excited about that. There'll be some we have some art associated with that. So there'll be some pangolin stickers and some pangolin propaganda that you will see. And if you want to learn more about pangolins, you can look. There are links on our website.